The following program shares opinions from its host and its host only. No opinions are those shared by League Arena officials or LeagueArena.com. View with caution.
Welcome to another episode of the Penalty Box with your host, Kalal Oakman. On tonight's episode, I have a lot of news that are coming out of the league. It is the last week of the regular season. The playoffs start soon. Also, it's been released that there will be an All-Star game. All-Star voting, the polls, they're doing it by a poll, will be released later this week. We'll have more information on that when it comes out, like I said, later this week. I do have some news. Some rulings handed down by the Board of Governors, the BOG, about a couple players, a handful of players that have been found in violation of the rules in the AHL. And I also have some updates on some teams that I've been, frankly, kind of harsh on over the season. So, I'm going to break down those teams and give you the news after this quick short break. Don't go away.
The Penalty Box, presented by LeagueArena.com, the largest online gaming community in the world, with VHL Network and League Arena News. Stay connected.
Welcome back. Like I said in the opening segment, I have some news that just came out from the league's office, the Board of Governors office, the BOG, about a handful of players that were found to be in violation of the rules from the AHL. Now, I'm not here to harp on these players. Judgment has been passed. Punishment has been given, and this is what the league came to conclusion. Now, I'm going to start with the most blatant violation that you can see. It's on LeagueDaddy.com. It was the largest one that the league saw, and they handled it swiftly. Rated R Bad Boy, that's his name. I keep calling him Rated R Boy, but Rated R Bad Boy has been suspended for the final week of the regular season and the first 2 weeks if his team makes it in the playoffs. And that is to equal the balance of games played. They took the amount of games he had, and the amount of games left in the season, I should say, and they basically said, "You've already played these games. You need to sit out." He's accepted his punishment, as has his parent organization, St. Louis Blues. And for the Springfield Falcon players, Queso Beers, Joe Daho, Crazy Jimbo, and Blissful Blue, the league has handed down a punishment that they suggested, but they found out that Clark Kidd already instituted. Clark Kidd, the owner of the Edmonton Oilers organization and parent company to the Springfield Falcons, already handed down internally this punishment, which was they are suspended for the remaining games. They have to have the same amount of games at the end of the season as the rest of the league. So he basically told those players, "You're benched. You can't play." So hats off to Clark Kidd for taking the reins of his organization and abiding by the rules. These players have accepted these punishments. No one's complaining. There is still an investigation going on with the VHLPA about Rated R Bad Boy and some more follow-up investigation. Nothing's been concrete yet. Nothing's been passed to my office from the VHLPA or the BOG. What I have is the final rulings from the BOG that they are satisfied with what Clark Kidd has done with the Springfield Falcons players, and their captain, Blissful Blue, has accepted this ruling, and also the St. Louis Blues, along with the Peoria Rivermen's Rated R Bad Boy, have accepted the rulings of the BOG. And that's all I have on those. We'll be right back after a short break. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now, with that taken care of, that's just the news. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the teams that I have been harping on, and frankly, I've been quite harsh on over the season. I haven't been harsh because I don't like these teams. It's just their play has been bad as of late. So it's it's not like I'm sitting here trying to go out of my way and make fun of these guys. Those teams that I were harsh on were the Vancouver Canucks, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the New York Rangers. Frankly, I guess I've woken someone up or something, because right now the Rangers are hot. I mean, they have no chance of making the playoffs. Let's not get carried away. They have, however, put a very competitive product on the ice. They have been very competitive against teams that they should be getting their ass handed to them by. Honestly, they're not playing like teams that are pushovers anymore. They're actually trying. They're playing like it's the playoffs, like it's the finals. And more, hats off to the Rangers. For those guys that showed up and stuck with the team and are on the ice playing as hard as they are, congratulations, guys. That's exactly what this league needs. It's unfortunate that it's too little too late, but at least you're being competitive. And then there's the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks have come from the ashes. You want to talk about a phoenix story. Or, not the Phoenix Coyotes, but like a phoenix, like a bird from the ashes of the flame, to like a very, very predominant metaphor, okay? Fill in the fucking blank. The Vancouver Canucks have been on a winning streak right now. They're on a 3-game winning streak currently, whereas the New York Rangers are on a 2-game winning streak. The Vancouver Canucks have been beaten up on their division. They have kicked the snot out of the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames at one point were the division leaders. And then Vancouver took a hold of them and pounded the living crap out of them. Literally. It's no longer Vancouver at the bottom of the list with Columbus. No, Calgary. Calgary has gone on a 9-game losing skid. 9-game losing streak. Vancouver has been putting out a competitive product on the ice along with the Rangers. And they're pretty much telling the league, we will no longer be a pushover. We will play competitively. Last night, they beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 in overtime. There is no quit on this team. So, again, hats off to the New York Rangers players who didn't quit on the team and still continue to show up and play competitively. And hats off to you Vancouver Canucks. You guys have had a long struggle with inconsistency, with lack of offense, lack of defense. You finally found what was missing. You put together a good team. You put the effort on the ice, and good things will happen. So congratulations to you guys, even though I know you guys realistically don't have a shot in hell in the playoffs. But at least there's good news to build on for next season. Then there's Columbus. Well, Columbus is in a really tough division with the Detroit Red Wings and the Nashville Predators and the St. Louis Blues. And, well, frankly, Columbus is still the redheaded stepchild of the league. No offense to Columbus players, it just isn't in the cards for you guys, that's all. So I hope you guys can build off this season and make a stronger effort for next year. You know, anything can happen. Hell, if Vancouver played this the way they've been playing the last couple weeks, or the last couple games for that matter, if they could have played this way the whole year, it might have been a different story. So, there's always next season, folks. We'll be right back after this quick short break. Don't go away. Welcome back. That does it for the show, but before I go, I have to give a shout out to those two goons, Darth and Donnie. Their radio show, again, is tonight, 11 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday night. It's Back to the Point with Darth and Donnie. Check it out. They're going to be talking more in depth about the playoff situation, the playoff scenarios, and teams that have already clinched. And along with, they'll make some news about the All-Star Game and stuff like that. Also, don't forget, for those teams that don't make the playoffs, there is still a consolation tournament. The league will release the news later this week, but there is still more hockey to be played. So, we'll see you on next episode, but before then, we'll see you at center ice when the puck drops. Good night. Violation of the rules. I'm not going to harp on these players. Excuse me, our mascot just jumped up in the lap. Over here. God damn it.
Well, that took care of that.